I mean, the wind didn't quite meet our expectations, so it just made it a bit of a longer day. But we got a ton of good tests in.
Yeah, it was a really good sailing. I mean, first come together as a team again, and as you said, sailing the AC75, and it worked really well.
Cannot ask for a better week to jump back in again.
Hi Michael, a pleasure having you here. We went to the water with barely 2 knots, and it ended being a 4-hour training with very light breeze. What were exactly the objectives for today?
Yeah, that's right. We originally thought we were going to get a bit more of a fill out of the south, but it ended up being a really slow fill with probably like top end at 9 knots. But the objectives were just to have 2 boats on the water and do some foil testing, and luckily we got enough breeze for that, and all in the kind of lower true wind speed range, and so that's all really valuable data for us, and ended up having a really long session and a good one, so it's good.
So you consider it has been a productive day no matter the wind?
Oh, definitely. I mean, the wind didn't quite meet our expectations, so it just made it a bit of a longer day, but we got a ton of good tests in, and kind of the 7 to 9 knot wind winds, so it was really good.
We went pretty far from shore today. Do you prefer testing closer to shore or far?
Just wherever the conditions kind of suit what we want to get done is best for the team, and that was the first time we went that far south, and so that was kind of new for us. But we just followed the breeze and tried to get the best conditions we could. So it's good to get south.
Nice. In the beginning, after 15 minutes, we saw sailing upwind boat to boat, and America stopped and checked on her port foil. There were some damage or issue, or just a check?
On the port foil, we just had some kind of we were just kind of making a little bit of touch-ups. That's our newer foil wing 3, and it just had a bit of kind of touch-up work that we needed to do to it, but nothing major.
Okay. Vilanova is around the corner. Have you decided internally on the starting teams in the first race in Vilanova?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's just the same group that we sailed the last test event we did last weekend. But yeah, we're really looking forward to that, and pretty soon here we'll kind of gear back into kind of practicing for the one design racing, and but yeah, the whole team's really excited for that and looking forward to it.
Do you think that we will see very different sailing styles upwind and downwind there in Vilanova?
I'm not sure. I mean, I think all the teams will probably converge to very similar hydro and aero setups, but I think for the first event, I think there will be some subtle differences. But we'll just have to wait and see what the other teams kind of do. But it seems like we've found some pretty good settings that we're happy with, but we're constantly developing and learning, so trying to get better.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
See you.
Yeah.
We're here with Nico Stalberg, Cyclor on board Alinghi Rebel Racing. A late start today for the afternoon wind. First time sailing the 75 in about 2 weeks now. Some good sailing in front of the airport in the light breeze. Can you tell us about the day? What were the objectives?
Yeah, it was a really good sailing. I mean, first come together as a team again, and as you said, sailing the AC75, and it worked really well. The objective was clear, the first, getting confident again to each other, to the system, to the whole team, but we managed quite well, really good.
Yeah, it looked like it came together nicely. So how big is the difference in the power requirement, the amount of power that you've got to put in on a day like today with light wind compared to days with stronger wind?
There is definitely a difference. I mean, the touch and goes always requires more power than when you can stay in there. Yeah.
And some of the Cyclors rotated halfway in the day. Was this to give the other guys some time on the boat? Were they tired, struggling in the heat? What's the reason? I know you stayed on the boat all day. Well done.
Yeah, strongest has to stay on the board, no? Yeah.
So you changed after the third stint. That was halfway. What was the reason?
Yeah, for us it was gently sailing, as you said, getting confident in each other, in the system, everything in sailing, and then we started with race laps or pre-start sequences, and so as well we're getting close and close to the race mode. We decide to change on the halfway mark to get fresh.
How many watts were you pushing today?
Oh, a lot. It was a long day. I don't remember.
Are you still training on a hand grinding machine?
Hand grinding machine. We're training in gym, everything like upper body, lower body. So. Yeah.
And what's your plan for Vilanova? How will you be involved since you're not going to be sailing on the AC40?
Oh, I will support the team from outside for sure. I want to see some good racing. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I mean, looking forward to it. Yeah.
Brilliant. Just another question. Do different pods on the boat, different Cyclor pods, power different components?
Different components.
So for example, let's say the forward left pod powers the rotation of the mast, the right side does something different, or they all link together?
In the end, we all supply we supply the engine for the same system, and yeah, then the system is doing something.
Nico, thank you so much for your time. Have a good evening.
Vittorio Bissaro, flight controller and trimmer on board. Vito, how do you like the conditions out there today?
Well, it was an awesome week so far. Today was another very flatty and nice sea breeze with the sun, flat water, good conditions. So really, it was a long time that I was missing this boat and cannot ask for a better week to jump back in again.
Did it feel faster since last time you sailed it?
No, it feels as fast as usual, so very fast.
You guys performed, of course, a lot of maneuvers, but to us it seemed that you were struggling a bit to keep it on the fly on the boat. Is that something you've been coming from some changes, or is that something just comes from training?
We are trying different things. So yeah, as you said, it was not as consistent as usual. The boat on the foils, but I mean it's part of the development phase. Yeah. We are just pushing our limit every day.
You guys are using the new main, and any possibility to actively control the main head?
No.
Not really?
No,
Cheers.
no.
And one thing we noticed is you moved the tip of the anhedral wing. Is that something you felt in the controlling, or?
Good question. Well, I don't know, to be honest.
Great. And Vito, to talking about Vilanova, what do you think are the keys to win regattas in the AC40? You spend a lot of time on it. Barcelona. What do you think is the
Well, it's a fleet races, so I think a keys is going to be consistency through race after race. So because with the 6 boat, I think the important goal of us as a team is try to have a strategy, a tactics to be top 3 every race, and I think this consistency will pay off in the long term.
How would you say is the team getting ready for Vilanova? Is there pressure?
Pardon?
Is there pressure?
Well, of course, the first important event, but I would say that everybody here is pretty used to handle pressure. So
definitely
we are just looking forward to perform there.
Keep going.